Hello guys, welcome to my ARV session here. Today I'm going over the race results of a race that was occurring on the 30th of Jan, about 2 weeks ago. This was my probably second or third attempt at trying to apply ARV or CRV to betting. Associated remote viewing. But anyway, I will quickly go through the races. As I go through, I will be showing the winning horses, and as I go through the different sensations, I'll relate them back to the choices that I thought that were there. And what were the results? There's really no point to trying to explain why I chose the wrong horse. Basically, we've got to try and associate everything to the right choices that we made, and just go through the learning of that stage. Hi guys, welcome to my session today. We are going over the race results of Ellerslie race day that I did on the 30th of January. Race 1 tomorrow on Sunday. And I did 11 races. I will be showing my outputs or my sessions, and I'll be showing the results for each of these races and which one I got right. As I go through these papers on the video, I will show up the winning horse photos, just so you can see what I thought and what were the actual winners. And yeah, we'll just go through the motions. We'll learn a few things. We get things wrong a lot, but we do get some stuff right. And yeah, it's all a learning experience at the end of the day. So on that note, let's go with what happened on the day. So Ellerslie race day was actually on 30th of January, about 2 weeks ago. What I did was I started doing the ARV sessions on the day before. So what I am figuring out is I can do about 4 races before I become really tired mentally, to try and go through the motions or the remote view motions. I can only think that I can only really do 4 or 5 races before I start getting fatigued, remote viewer fatigued, and I can't remote view for the rest of the day. So on this note, the first 4 races I actually did on Saturday, even though the race was on Sunday, just to try and get a head start so I can do some races on the Sunday and just recharge mentally from the day before. So let's go through it. Race 1. Race 1 really only had about 6 horses. There wasn't much into it, and there really isn't really much to fail either with 6 horses. I chose 3 horses in this one. The horses I chose were 5, 3 and 1. The results were 2, 6 and 3. So really only this one came through. But 2, 6 and 3, the pictures will come up. And these were my feedbacks. So the way I run my sessions, I'll give you this one, is I will do the race day, when it is, what my intent, show me the winning horse of race 1. And I go through, put the date, time, race 1, reaffirm, boom, race 1, show me the winning horse. So when I'm doing this ideogram, my intent is stuck on show me the winning horse. So basically, to me, it feels like I'm stamping that intent into the paper. So when I go and review or probe that intent, it probes to that intent. If you kind of get what I'm going at. So race 1, show me the winning horse. Boom. Then I go through the usual suspects, so touch, texture, temperature, colour, smell, hearing, join, I'll do some snapshots as well, and then I decide which horses I want to choose. Race 1, so I've got firm, tingling arm, hard. So 2, 6 and 3. So 2 is my cave, 6 is the lady with the half face mask, and 3 is the bridge. So let's go through here. Firm, tingling arm. So my tingles are usually tree or water driven. Actually, it just means lots of motion, and if I'm able to feel it, it comes up as tingling. Hard, cold, wet, feels wide. Texture, smooth. So 2 doesn't look smooth. 6 doesn't look smooth. So temperature, cool surface, warm inside core. Color, blues, greens, reds. That sort of looks like our number 2 picture. Cold breath, strong. That's our number 2 picture. So this one here, the hearing, I've got something that feels like it's covering my head or covering my face. I can feel things around my face. They could very well be L6, lady number 6, although I did feel it across my face and around my head, not just on one side of my face. Join is another emphasis of things around my head, although not so clear. Snapshot, X. So I've got shapes. Yeah, I've got X's feeling around. So with this particular session, as far as calculating which one it could be, I would put a number next to the feeling that I thought it was reflected in the picture. So firm, thinking arm, hard. So I thought number 1 was around here. Number 3 could be hard as well. Smooth, 3 is also, the bridge is also smooth. I also thought 3 because of the lane, something smooth in the middle, that could be the bridge. Cool surface, warm inside core, that could be the cave, it could be the girl. Blues, greens, reds, so that could be number 2. Pictures got all the bits and pieces. But also my number 5, I also thought he was my Lenny picture. I thought he might have been it too, so there we go, 1 through 5. Cold breath, strong, complex smell, open. So open and open on 2 and 3, not so much on 6. So here you can sort of see it was all a bit wishy-washy. It's the first race. Didn't really get anything, nothing really stood out as obvious, but that's what I expect on the first ones as well, on the first races of the day, when my brain's just sort of kicking in. A lot of this stuff reminds me of number 5, which is why I wrote it, but obviously it wasn't it. You're only picking half the field. So we'll rack this up as practice. Yeah, and we'll just go on to the next one, race 2. So race 2 was done before the races. Show me the winning horse, race intent, ideogram. We've got race results of 2, 1 and 5. So 2 is our cave, 1 is our waterfall, and 5 is our Lenny Kravitz picture. So 2. So The reason I chose one because I could feel something falling off over an edge, so that basically is why I put 1s against these. Yeah, it's the only thing where water's going over the edge, and that's the kind of feeling I felt. Texture, top, cool movement, surface over top of arm. So obviously I felt the water going over, and that's why I've put 1s here as well. 2, flow of motion across forearms. So that is my water flow. But here I've put 1. It could have been 2. It could have been the cave as well, because I know there's motion in that as well. Smell, cold, fixed smell, small, cold, fixed, mixed smells. Wow, that could be 2. I've already written 2 there. My hearing. So 1, 2, 5. Hearing. Felt things on my face. So I thought it was number 4, but actually it was number 5. So that's cool. At least I could feel something on my face, right? Flat face. So when I did the join here, usually when I get sensations for picture number 1, it feels I'm looking at a big giant wall in front of me, and the feelings I feel is that whatever's in front of me is flat, it's in my face, it's in my face. So that's why I chose 1. 1, got the waterfall shapes. 4, maybe I only felt 1 glass, but you know, it wasn't. It was Lenny and his glasses. So hey, you feel it, sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. Maybe I need to change the pictures just so they're a bit more distinct from each other, but you know what, horse results 2, 1 and 5. A lot of these can be attributed to 1 and 2, but not 5. So I need to do better on those ones, which was cool. So waterfall, flowing, I would say that's number 2. Number 2, over the edge, feels not solid, drops off that back. So you can feel water go, feel water. So this one I only got the 1, because I chose 1 and 4. That's cool. Everything's learning. Race 3, show me the winning horse, the intent, and the ideogram. Alright, race 3 had winners of race 3. So race 3 is 8, which is an airplane. 4, which is the boy with the patch. 6, which is our lady with the mask, half mask. What did I choose? 8 and 6. Hey guys, that's pretty good. So let's do this. Touch feels underneath covered. So I attribute this comes underneath. So I felt something wanted to roll on underneath, and that's all I could feel. Like underneath the lift, and that's my this was my top hand feels stiff and flat. Top of the wing, lifting underneath the plane. Thumb sticking out, light feeling loose. Smooth mostly, so that's the plane. Physical, so I did a physical here, and I wanted to see where the majority of the objects in the picture was. I felt around the outside, then I went through, and most of it was in the middle. So if you have a look at number 8, which is my plane, it's the only thing there with a few light patches up and down beside it, but everything's in the middle. And when I was talking to someone, he goes, they go, you know that motion where you said that you were curling it underneath? You know planes fold their wheels underneath, right? And so when I did that action, it actually felt natural. You know, it felt right. And I think I was imitating the wheels of the plane. And with my arms out and my hands folding in, I could visualize myself being the plane and creating those actions. So I was really happy about the scan, not only because this is the first time I've used the plane in my scans and it came up so vividly, so it's a keeper. Cold, woman's side, surface shock, smell, easy breathing, cool breath, outside steel, metallic. So 8 and 3, so 8 popping up all the time, you know, there's 8, 8, 8, 8. With hearing, I could feel a mask. Now you don't see any pictures, you don't see any of that stuff in the picture, you just see the plane, but when you go focus onto the person inside the plane, my hypothesis is, or my conclusion is, he's decked to the hilt. He's got a hat on, he's got goggles on, he's got the face oxygen mask on. That's him. So I had half a face pressure, so I had 8 and 6 pilot mask, or my lady with the half face mask. So that was my first indication. Shape perspective, so I don't know what this is. But this here, if I look at 8, this is the shape that I got. And I think it's the cockpit of that picture. And when my results came through, like 8 came in so clear and 6 came in so good. But I didn't get 4 in this case. Now I'm dealing with maybe a cockpit mask, the lady with the mask, and the boy with the eye patch. It's going to be hard to try and make those distinct 3 pictures or matches, but I'm just glad I got them. So I'll show you the 6, 8, 4 and 6. All you're doing is feeling stuff, then you associate it back. Race 4. Alright, so this was the last I did on the Saturday for the races on Sunday. Got my intent, got my time, got my ideogram. The race 4 results was 4, 2 and 6. So if we look at it, that's a boy with the patch, 2 is the cave, and 6 is a half-face lady again. So let's go firm, softest, gentle. Ooh. You know, that's a person. Cool movement, cool flow across it. Now I associate these with waves, you know, that just slowly go out every other second. You just feel this flow go across your arm. Physical. So when I did my physical matrix version of this, I could feel everything around it, but when I felt the middle, there was nothing there. That is my number 2. So, what else we got? Number 4, patchy guy, busy, tingly movement, regular motion, cold, cool, hot outside. That'll be a number 2. 4, 2 and 6, yellow, red, browns, blues. Smells, cool, breath, water, sea, sweet, here enclosed, surrounded by, and that gave me my cave as well. And this was another indicator of that 2, number 2. Snapshot. So what did I end up choosing? 13, 2 and 7, but only one of them was correct, and that was 2. But you know what? It happens sometimes. It's cool. You're learning about your pictures. You're learning about your pictures that you don't even know that's in the picture as well. So a lot of the times people might see some little speck of person in the distance, and they might be on a mountain range covered in all sorts of shit, but you won't know. But when you remote view, you'll be surrounded by warm, woolly stuff and clothes, and you'll be looking for like cold stuff in the picture, and you go, "Wow, he's not warm. Well, actually is, you just can't see it. So that was race 4. We've got race 5. I've got one for race 5. So let's do this. Race 5, intent. Horse choices. So race 5. Let's see what we ended up with. I didn't get any horses in this one. 4, 9, and 6. So this is the first time I actually didn't get any horses in any race out of my chosen ones, which is cool. So 4, 9, and 6. And I ended up with 5, 1, and 2. So sometimes you just don't get it, sometimes you will. But it's alright. I won't bother going through this one because it's like confirming that you got it wrong. Yeah. But take what you can from your losses as well. But really concentrate on the ones that you got right. Let's go on to the next ones, which is race 6 to 11. Oh, race 7. Did I get race 6? I've lost the paper. Alright, we don't have to worry about it. So race 7, I chose 4, 5, 14 and 7, 8, 3 and 9. So this was another one that I got wrong. Here you'll see that I've written numbers next to the picture, I think it is. This is massively confusing, guys. Any picture can have any sort of property that you can feel or have feedback from. It's sort of like every photo has a form of water, every photo has a form of temperature, smoothness. So it's sort of a case of what makes it different to the other photos. You really have to try and bring in more insights into your scan or into your feelings, into your session, and try and eke out more information. So this one I didn't get anything right, so that's cool. So race 8, what did I get here? So race 8 was, I chose 5, 7 and 3. The results were 13, 3 and 9. Did race 8, did my usual touch, forearms, fingers, da 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 da. This had the results of 13, 3 and 9. So 13's our eggs, which is cool. I didn't really feel them at all. But I did put 13 down here. So really, if we were to sort of count the 13s, so there's so many numbers because a lot of these feelings can be used against these pictures. But if I count the 13s, these were the results. Threes. I see some of them work for the same picture as well. So which are you getting? And 9. I don't have any 9s. So 9 is my blindfold girl. I don't really see any 9s in there, but definitely 3 and 13s are represented fairly well. Other numbers seem to be represented more, but really, is it the fact that it needs to be more than the rest? Is that I thought it had to be, it had to feel right, rather than we'll just count which one's got the most. So my next sessions. I don't think I'll be going for the amount. I think I will stick to what I feel that representation could be. But anyway, 13 and 3 and 9. So 13 and 3 definitely came through. 9 not so much. Let's go on to race 9. So I did these on the morning of Sunday. Race 9 intent. So horse choices were, and horse results. Horse results 3, 9 and 10. So we don't have it down there, but results are 3, 9 and 10. Alright, so we got 3. So 3 is definitely sticking out, right? Maybe even 9. Oh, I got 1 for 9. Covering over eyes. You know, when it tells you, it tells you. And that's the thing, like, I have a lot of pictures covering my eyes, or things covering my subject's eyes. But one of them has to feel right. It's not just a feeling, it has to be more. So I don't always think that more equals better. Sure, or more certain equals better. So we've got 1 horse here. Race 10. What we got? We have race 10. We've got the squiggle. Got my descriptors. So the horse choice, race 10. Let's see what we've got. 3, 1 and 7. These results. Seven, 3, 1, 7, 1, 1, 1, 1, 3. So definitely 3's coming through. I'm getting some 3's. Tingling skin and hand emotion. That's the trees around me. Because 3 is the bridge. I'm starting to get familiar with that. So parameters of a bridge is 2 ends are stuck, but everything between it is loose, and that's what I could feel. Passes through easily, not dense solid. Could be trees. Cold parts on skin extreme, big lumpy rocky. Could be the bridge. 3, 1. Could be the waterfall. I've got waterfall represented. Dark blues, brown, spicy, thick soup, cold damp, 1. Thick, slow, still, 1. Tingle hands, 1. Tingle skin. Drawing the bridge. This is the bridge. This is the mountain. You know, you can't get it wrong. So at least I got 7. But I missed the 1. I've even highlighted some 1s, and how could I miss the 1? Because I thought other pictures which weren't relevant were significant, and they weren't. So that's the thing. Related to the picture, don't just count them and think, that one's got the most, I'll choose this one. They've all got water, they've all got rocks, they've all got nature. They might even have man-made stuff in it. But feelings of the picture don't come through when you just count. You just know that a picture feels more. So if you have a picture of a waterfall against a river, against a still lake, you should, based on their properties or state or movement, be able to determine something between each one. That's what I'm thinking anyway. There's differences in all the water pictures that we should be able to make it distinct between the others. So that's my idea of going forward, is to, if I have 10 pictures of the same thing, what makes it more distinct between each? Like 10 pictures of water, but different flows, different makes, different states. Doing that. Finding more data about a picture, getting that involved and mixed in together to that analytic part when you go through it. Alright, so race 10, I'll stop blabbering. Race 11, we've got, what did I choose? Race 11, shapes. So I chose 10, 7 and 3. And the results were 7, 1 and 10. So first, second, third. Look, I got 2. That's cool. So 7, 1 and 10. 7, 1, 1, 7, 1, 7, 7. 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. Alright, so race 11, 7, 1 and 10. Firm and solid. Yeah, it's pretty quick and nasty, but number 1 is my solid, one of my solids pictures. Number 7 is my mountain, and 10 is my mask. So let's do this. Firm, solid. So this is what I'm getting at. So a lot of these descriptors can fit multiple pictures, and sometimes they could represent the horses that come through. So which do you choose? Do you choose both? Do you choose one? It's not really a bell curve decision. It's either one or the other. Or can you have both? I don't know. But anyway, so 7, which was our mountain, sweet, cold, clean, open air. Definitely open air mountain. 10, flat surface. I felt something flat across my face. So there's a picture of my face and something flat across it. 10, shapes. Looks like a head with a mask on. Boom. This looked like, I've written down 10 here as well. So 10. It looks interesting. So shapes and 10. So got more shapes. Facing sideways right, so I could feel my attention going to the right. It wasn't centered. Something was drawing me to the right. That's why I put here, facing sideways right. And that was probably my biggest one, to choosing 10 in this one, because you can feel the person's intention being pulled. So if you see them looking off camera, and you connect to that person and you can feel something off to the right, that's the person, because something is catching their attention. They're being drawn. You can feel the energy going that way. Hence, what did I get? I've got 7, which is our mountain. Bright darks blues, cold strips, feels like lines down my arms, feels solid. So that's my mountain guy right there. Solid, firm, cold, cold strips, cold, sweet cold open air, mountain. That's why I chose them. The shape's definitely my mask girl. As far as number 1 going, 1 can also feed a lot of these sensations as well. But yeah, I put 5 instead of 1 because a lot of these crisscrosses I do associate with my Lenny picture, just because of the way things are draped on them. But yeah, I got 2 horses in that race, and that's my races, guys. I'll show you what I got. So thanks for that. Just for the quick review of my ARV, I'm doing all the checks and balances across all my AV races. So as far as I can see across my ARV, I'll bring up some pictures of the stats. I got, out of all the horses that I bet on and all the horses that actually returned anything, my hit rate was really only 36.6%. I did a total of 30 choices, or chosen 30 horses, and only 11 came through. 11 of those choices came through. I got 4 winners, I got 3 second places, and 4 third places. And this is just betting based on what I feel in my sessions. I don't look at the forms, I don't look at the races, I don't look at the tracks, I don't look at any of those factors. My choices in this game, or this research, is how, if I do choose, I only want to choose using the feedback I get from my sessions. I don't read the forms of the horses or the jockeys that race them. What I have been noticing is that a lot of my choices, a lot of them are the favourites, which is happy for me, because at least my choices align with other people's choices, especially the favourites and the winners that sometimes happen in the races. But what I do like is when I choose an outsider, some instances those outsiders have come in and those jackpots have been massive, and the favourites have come in second or third. So those are the ones that I'm starting to learn that you really sort of make money off. But in the beginning, don't even think about the money, just think about the numbers. You just want winning horses, not because of the money. You want the numbers. That's it. Try and remove all sense of money from your ego, I suppose, from your consciousness. Like, oh, I'm going to get more money in return. Oh, I'm going to get... It really messes up your sensations. What I do is I give my choices to my partner, and she goes and does the bets, just with the horses I gave her. And they're nothing great. They're just like dollar bets each ways. Maybe we might have a quinella or a trifecta. It doesn't matter. We could spend money on all sorts of betting combinations, but it can be quite expensive. So when we look at the stats here, we've got a few. And if I go through my previous ARV attempts, the 36.6. See, this one seems to have. Okay, I chose 20 numbers, and I got 8 winners out of that one, so I got 40% hit rate. January the 1st, I got 44% hit rate, or 45%. I bet on 27 horses and 12 came through, and that was January the 1st. 26th, my absolute first, is 13 horses and only 5 came through, so it was a 38% hit rate. But I'll be keeping more stats as I go along. It's interesting to see. So for the next ones, I might just bet on 2 horses. I won't be so eager to stretch on a stretch third type bet or a third horse. I really want to concentrate on 2 horses, and I believe my hit rates will go up because I'm not really sort of spending that last little iota of time on a 3rd horse or 3rd choice. That will only make my hit rate go down, and it will only be a stretch. It won't be sort of a certain choice, like a just in case. And then that in itself is like a bet within a bet. So just choose, next time just choose 2. I will choose 2 and see how my hit rate may improve or may go down. Remembering the fact that my intent is I only want the winning horse. But you know what? My subconscious is trying to give me several horses that come in 1st, 2nd and 3rd, because I know what racing's like. I know I need 3 horses to win the big jackpots. So the concentration is really getting my intent to concentrate on that 1st horse first, and maybe a 2nd horse a little second. Anyway, guys, thank you for joining me. I will do another ARV session sometime in the future. But in this activity, one of the best learnings I got was the aeroplane. It's my first picture that I've ever used, and it worked well. It came through for me. And I think I can learn more from it. So it's a keeper. Thanks, guys. I'll see you in the next time for another ARV session. Next time I think I'll only be doing 4 races, just enough so I can get a day's worth of ARV, which seems to be about 4 or 5 races for me, the limit. I can't do a whole day of races in one day either. And we'll go from there. Thanks very much. Have a good one. See ya.